Hello friends, welcome to lecture number 5 of unit number 3, Cryptography and Public Key Infrastructure. Myself Nikul Jaiswal, lecturer in Computer Engineering, Sri Kechi Polytechnic, Bharuch. So let's have a quick recap of our previous lecture. So in the previous lecture, we have discussed the two substitutional cipher. First is Hill cipher and second is Varnum cipher. So in the Hill cipher, we use the matrix multiplication, and in the Varnum cipher, we use the key and plain text of the same size, and we perform the addition of the key and plain text, and the ciphertext will be identified. So this was the two algorithm that has been discussed in previous lecture. Now in today's lecture we will discuss the last substitutional cipher algorithm, that is Wegener cipher, and after that we will see transposition cipher and the example of the transposition cipher, that is Rail-Fence algorithm. So let's start with our first algorithm, that is Wegener cipher. So the Wegener cipher uses a 26 by 26 table with A to Z as the row heading and column heading. So in this algorithm we will use the 26 by 26 table. So in the first column the first column start with the A and it will goes to the Z. The second column it will start with the B, it will goes to the Z, and the last character will be A. And the third column will start with the C, it will goes to the Z, and the last two character will be A and B. So this is how we will construct the 26 by 26 table of character A to Z. So this table is usually referred to as a Wegener table or Wegener square. So the first row of this table has the 26 English letter. Actually every row will have the 26 English letter. So the first row will starting with the second row. Each row has the letter shifted to the left one position in a cyclic way. So that we will see how we will construct the 26 by 26 table. So for example, when B is shifted to first position on the second row, the letter A moves to the end. So when the first row start with the B, it will goes to the Z, and the next letter after the Z will be A. So this is the Wegener table. So you can see here, this table start with the A, it will goes to the Z. Now second column will start with the B and it will goes to the Z, and you can see here A. So the cyclic will be performed here. So if you see as the row wise, first it will start with the A, it will goes to the Z. Second row will start with the B, then it will goes to the Z, and the last character will be A. Third row will be start with the C, it will goes to the Z, and the last two character will be A and B. Then fourth row will start with the D, it will goes to the Z, and next letter will be A, B, C. So this is how we construct the 26 by 26 table of A to Z. If you go to the last row, it will start with the Z, and it will the second character A, and it will goes to the Y. So this is how we will first construct the 26 by 26 table of characters. So in this table, so this bold letter uh, characters will be considered as a key. So it will serve as a key, and this first row will be treated as a plain text. Clear? So the first column will treated as a key, and the first row will be treated as a plain text. And apart from this whole box or whole table will be considered as a ciphertext. So remember one thing, the first column of the table will serve as a key, and the first row of a table will serve as a plain text. So before we start the encryption and decryption in the Wegener cipher, we will construct this type of table. Clear? Now we will see how we will perform the encryption. So in Wegener cipher, key repeated so that the total length is equal to that of the plain text. So in the Wegener cipher, the length of the plain text and the length of the key must be same. Clear? So the length of the key must be same. not the actual length of the key. So what we will do is, if the length of the key is less than the plain text, then we will repeat the word to make the key equal to the plain text. So for example, suppose the plain text is hide the goal in the tree stump and the keyword is computer, then the keyword must be repeated as follows. So we will take the plain text and we will take the key computer. So the length of key is not equal to the length of plain text. So what we will do, we will repeat the key to make the key, the length of the key which equals to the length of the plain text. So if the key size is less than the plain text, then we will repeat the keywords to make it equal to the length of plain text. So here you can see I did put the key computer here. Now the length of key is not equal to plain text. So what we will do, we will repeat the key again and we will again repeat the key again. And this is how we will make the length of plain text and the length of key equal. So to encrypt, pick a letter in the plain text and its corresponding letter in a keyword. So for the encryption, what we will do is we will take the first character from the plain text, we will take the first character from the key and we will encrypt this plain text with the help of key by using that table. So use the keyword letter as a row index and the plain text letter column index, and the entry at the row column intersection is the letter in ciphertext. So let's see how we can perform the encryption. So this is our table. So the first column will serve as a key and the first row will serve as a plain text. So let's suppose our plain text character is H, our key is C. Now what we will do is we will first find the key C here and we will find the plain text H here. Clear? So the intersection of C, the key and the plain text, that is J, will be our ciphertext. So for the encryption, what we will do is first we will take the plain text character. So it is H. We will take the key, it is C, and the intersection of H and C in the table will be served as a ciphertext. So for the H, plain text H, the ciphertext will be J. So with the help of key, we can identify the ciphertext. So the ciphertext will be J. Clear? Let's take another example. So plain text is I and the key is O. So we will take the plain text here I and the key is O. So the intersection of I and O will be W. So I and O. So if the plain text is I and the key is O, then the ciphertext will be W. So this is how the encryption will be performed in Vigenère cipher. Clear? Now let's see how we will use the how we will perform the decryption in Vigenère cipher. Now for the decryption, same, this will serve as a key and this will serve as a plain text. So what we will do is first we will take the key. So key is C and the ciphertext is J. So what we will do is we will take the key as a C and we will find the J in the that row. So we will take the key C, we will find the ciphertext J in the table and we will see which is the plain text. So the plain text is H. So first of all, we will take the C as a key, we will find the ciphertext in the table and we will take the H as a plain text. So plain text will be H. So this is how the decryption can be performed. Let's take another example. So key is O. So this is the O. Ciphertext is W. So we will find the W and we will identify the plain text. So we will go to the row for the O. We will find the W and the ciphertext in the table and we will identify the plain text as a I. So this is how we can perform the encryption and decryption in Vigenère cipher. So this is how the Vigenère cipher will work. Now the next is rail-fence cipher. Now all of the algorithm that we have seen in previous lectures, Playfair cipher, Hill cipher, Vigenère cipher, Caesar cipher, Shift cipher, all the algorithms are of substitutional cipher. That means we are replacing one letter with another. So here also in the encryption, what we are going to do is we are replacing the letter I with W. We are replacing the letter H with J. So all these algorithms are the substitutional cipher. Now we are discussing the rail-fence cipher. Now rail-fence cipher is the transposition algorithm. That means we are not uh, changing the we are not altering the character in the plain text. So in this substitutional cipher, what we are going to do, what we are doing is we are changing the plain text with another character. But in the transposition, what we are going to do is we are change the position of the plain text and we will encrypt the plain text. So we are not replacing the letter with another letter, but in the plain text itself we are going to replace the we are changing the position of plain text letter. So the rail fence cipher, also called as a zigzag cipher, is a form of transposition cipher. So in the transposition cipher, the order of the alphabets is rearranged to obtain the ciphertext. So in the rail fence cipher, the plain text is written downward and diagonally on successive rails of an imaginary fence. We will see how we will perform the rail fence encryption in detail. So when we reach the bottom rail, we traverse upward moving diagonally. After reaching the top rail, the direction is changed again. Thus, the alphabet of the message are written in a zigzag manner. So what we are going to do is we will take the message and write that plain text into zigzag manner. So after each alphabet has been written, the individual rows are combined to obtain the ciphertext. So we will read the row wise to identify the ciphertext from the plain text. So let's suppose, let's take the example. So our plain text is hide the gold in the tree stump. Now the key is 2. That means we are going to use 2 rows to arrange the plain text into zigzag manner. So all of you know what is the zigzag. So what we are going to do is we will take the H first character from the plain text and we will arrange whole message in a zigzag manner. So HIDE, then THE, then GOLD. So we have taken the key as a 2. That means we will take the 2 rows and we will arrange our plain text into zigzag manner in that 2 rows. Then IN, then THE, then TREE, and STRUMP. So this is how we will arrange our plain text. Now after arranging the plain text, we will read the plain text in a row wise. So what we are going to do is read the plain text in a row wise. So when we read the plain text in a row wise, then this message will be come. So after arranging this message into row wise, we will read the message. After arranging the message into a zigzag manner, we will read the message row wise. So HDTEODNTHESUP. So this will be the first row, and IEHGLITERETM. So this will be the second row. So this is how we are converting our plain text into ciphertext. So in this algorithm, we are just rearranging the plain text letters. Clear? So we change the position of the letter in the plain text itself. So this is called the transposition cipher. So this is how the transposition cipher works. In the substitutional cipher, we change the letter with another letter. So in the shift cipher, Playfair cipher, Hill cipher, Vigenère cipher, in all these algorithm, we change the letter with another letter. But in the transposition cipher, in the plain text, we are rearranging the letters. So this is how the transposition cipher works. Now let's take this same example with the key 3. So plain text is same, hide the gold in the tree stump. Now we will take the key as a 3. So the number of row will be 3. So we will arrange our plain text in zigzag manner. Now after arranging this plain text in a zigzag manner, we will read this message row wise. Clear? So we will take the first row. So the our ciphertext will be STONTSPIEHGLITERETM and DEDHEU. So this will be our ciphertext. So this is how we can perform the encryption in the railfence algorithm. Now let's see how we can decrypt the ciphertext into plain text. Now to convert the ciphertext into plain text, we need a key. So first of all, we will take the ciphertext and we know the key. So we know that this ciphertext will be decrypted by using the 3 rows. So our matrix will be 3 by 25. That means the table will have 3 rows and 25 columns. So this is how we will construct the matrix. Now we all know that we are going to put the characters as a zigzag manner. So first of all, identify the positions. So this will be the positions where the character will come. So we will mark these positions. Clear? After marking these positions, we will fill these matrix with the characters. So first of all, we will start with the ciphertext. So we will put the first character here, then we will put the second character here, then we will put the third character here. So you can see here HTO, then next is NT. So we will put the N here, we will put the T here. After that we have S, so we will put S here, we will put the P here. Now next character here you can see it is I, so we will put the I here, then E, then H, then G, then L, then I, then T, then E, then R, then E, then T, then M. Clear? Now we will come into the second row. We will put the next character, that is D, then E, then D, then H, then E and U. So for the encryption, we are reading the table row wise. Now for the decryption, we will read the table column wise. So we will take the first column, so we will read the H, then we will read the second column, then third column, then fourth, 5, 6, 7, so on. So if you see, our plain text will be HIDETHEGOLDINTHETREESTUMP. So read the matrix column wise and we will get our plain text hide the gold in the tree stump. So this is all about our video lecture number 5. I hope you did understand all the topics that has been discussed in this video lecture. Thank you so much.